I should have that
Yeah,
because that makes me.
I do. It's very busy back here.
It
There's
looks
lots of
it,
stuff.
it looks like you're very busy. Is right.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is Heather Stocking. It is, what is the date? September 15th, 2022.
All day
Here
long.
all day long. That's right. At least until midnight. Here with Town of Athabasca Mayor Rob Balay. So how's your summer?
It's been really busy actually. It's cut into my golf game, unfortunately, but not that me golfing more would make me a better golfer, but it's been very busy um, but it's been good.
Okay. I have a window on the other side of my screen here and someone walked by.
Oh,
Reflects
I
to
thought you
wave.
were doing
I'm not,
the
yeah,
royal wave there.
the queen.
A
Yeah,
tribute to the Queen,
exactly.
Queen Elizabeth II.
Yeah, I always end up in different places on this. You're always in your office. I'm anywhere. I can be
Yeah.
anywhere. Anyway, all right, let's jump into it. So we have, let's talk about the multiplex, the boilers there. What is happening with the boilers, and is there a contingency plan if something happens during the winter?
Yes, actually, we're proceeding with tearing them apart during we had a shutdown and securing parts for one if necessary, so that we always have one running. So we do have a contingency plan if the one that's going right now goes down. But yeah, Tim and the staff have that under control.
Okay, all right, good.
We still haven't settled the issue about who's going to pay for the repairs of the second one, but we're also including 4 new boilers in a CEIP grant that or no GIS. It's the federal grant for clean energy, so we're including that in our solar grant. So hopefully we'll get them replaced and with 80% funding anyways. So.
Okay, because remind me, how much are they each again?
They're about 100 grand each.
Yeah. So
yeah, with the changes that's needed in the venting.
Okay.
Included.
Right, because the big part of the problem that caused what's happening was the venting, right?
Yeah, that's what we sort of determined was the issue.
Okay. This won't have any impact on like the curling rink or the events that are coming, the celebrity dinner that's happening, or
none. No, we'll be all good to go. And may as well get a plug in for the celebrity dinner. We're looking forward to that. That's going to be our first big party for our community. So
right,
should be fun.
Yeah, because Kevin Martin is the speaker and he wants to do a tour, doesn't he?
Yeah, he sure does. So
yeah,
we'll accommodate. Be more than happy.
Okay, good. Yeah, that's when is that?
Friday, October 28th. Yeah. So get your tickets now.
Yes. Yeah, you can get tickets. All right. Very exciting though to have him, because he's been here before.
Yeah, yes, he's actually come and helped us with the ice sometimes when we were having trouble with it. So he's familiar with our facility as far as that go. He hasn't been here since the new pool's been on though, so he'll be impressed by that. And we have Danny Hooper too, which is going to help. He's always entertaining and fun as heck.
Yeah, exactly.
You know that firsthand.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay. Healthcare recruitment. How is that going? What's happening with that?
Well, it's going great, actually. So we have a new doctor, Dr. Paris Stresta, and his family moved into town in the middle of August. So they're settling in nicely. They got the kids in school. He's working, taking a regular shift and seeing a regular shift at Emerge. I think he's still being shadowed by another doctor for now, but he's also taking new patients. So he's working out of Dr. Leon Berger's clinic. So yeah, so that's very encouraging. And our other new doctor will be here in January. So that'll be another one. And then on top of that, as part of the Reside program, we hope to have a third doctor here next summer after they're done their practicum.
Okay.
So things are looking better.
Okay.
But we need nurses too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's not just about
Just
doctor
not the doctors.
recruitment.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Which does bring
So
up the concern about the Boyle Hospital.
yeah, so we're actually lobbying our not just our MLA but the minister, and and because we don't want that hospital to close, and so we're going to do everything we can to make sure that that doesn't happen, because sometimes once you get a closure, it's really hard to get things going again. So we're going to make sure that doesn't happen.
Right. Yeah. Because the Boyle Hospital doesn't service just Boyle.
Oh no, it serves
Boyle.
a good portion of our region, and
Yeah.
it's very important. So, we're working hand in hand with Mayor Durko to make sure that to do everything that we can to
Mhm.
make sure that it stays open.
Right. Yeah. And that's what this the recruitment team is, because you have people from Boyle and everything on it,
Yeah,
right? You have Doris Blaine, she's involved.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
so I'm confident that we'll find a way to make it happen.
Okay. There was a recent water main break that caused some concern, had to use some reserve water, and at the
Yeah.
meeting last Tuesday or on Tuesday night, there was a little, they felt they were getting low, even if the engineers didn't felt that there was enough water, there was some concern. So
Yeah, we actually went to the extent of hiring water trucks and hauling water from the Cornwall reservoir, or from the Cornwall system to Rupert Reservoir, to make sure that we stayed at a level that we felt comfortable to provide fire protection services, which is obviously essential.
right.
And so we sort of thank the community for we had to put on some restrictions, close the spray park on for a while, and some really nice weather, which was unfortunate, and the truck fill as well. But our crew did a superb job in eventually identifying what the problem was and finding a way to fix it. So kudos to them and our staff for getting it done as quickly as we did.
Yeah. Well, the location wasn't ideal, considering there was the Highway 55 work and people backed up there, and then it was in that junction, right, between.
Yeah, and that was right when they were paving there too. It was, to put it mildly, a bit of a hodgepodge. So, but we worked through that and found a way to restore service, and we're full steam ahead now.
Okay. The cause of that, they figured, was from mowing?
No, not from mowing. No, it was just a failure in the line. We didn't actually dig where the break was, because we had ended up abandoning that portion. But so we don't really know for sure what caused the break. Obviously, it's a break in the line that surfaced, but yeah. So that's about all we could.
Did a bypass? Is that what you did?
Yeah, we're able to do a bypass.
Okay. All right. I must be confusing because there was something with mowing that wrecked a liner or something.
I'm not sure.
Right. It's all right. Tuesday was a while ago. That's all right.
It wasn't even that late a meeting, so we should be able to. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So yeah, keeping the reserve water up, the lagoons up, because just the day-to-day use wasn't a concern. It was, had there been a fire, and the fire department needed access, that goes through water really quickly. That was our primary concern. We felt comfortable enough, I guess. Like, I don't know if Terry felt comfortable, but we felt comfortable enough that for just regular water service to our residents and businesses, we were okay. It's just in the chance of a fire. Okay. How has that paving through town gone? It looks like
it looks great now, doesn't it? Now the lines are on. I know I got lots of comments that they're happy to see the lines go on, because especially when you're driving at night, it got to be a little tricky. But I think people, I know people were frustrated at times with maybe the traffic flow. But sometimes it's short-term pain for long-term gain. So I think everyone's pretty happy with the results.
Yeah. And
we're very happy with our fire hall being paved too.
I was just gonna mention the fire hall. It'd be a lot easier for them.
Yeah. Oh, the firefighters love it. I stopped by there with my grandson to check out the fire trucks the other day, and a couple of them were there, and they're just commenting how awesome it was. So great.
I know.
It's awesome.
Yeah, now they can go out and wash the trucks outside and not have to make a bunch of mud and
and not have we managed to control the water so it didn't flow through the fast gas parking lot either.
Right, yeah.
So which solved a couple of problems there, which was long been needed for a long time.
Right. Okay. There's vandalism again up at Centennial Park across the river. I guess a PSA, please stop.
Yeah, I guess if anyone out there in the public can help us and identify who's doing that, that would be much appreciated. It's always a bit more of an issue when there's actually someone not living up in the residence there. It curbs it to some degree when there is someone there, and hopefully we'll get someone in there again that will help that. But it's just one of those things that it's hard to understand why people do that. I don't know what pleasure they really get out of it, but unfortunate, that we have to go back and spend money to repair that. But such is life, I guess. We have to make sure that we don't leave things in disrepair, because then that means they win. So
what portion of it does the town cover? Because I know it's the Lions Club that goes up and they water the plants and they, clean the toilets and make sure they're stocked and stuff. And they have to replace one of the doors on one of the porta potties got wrecked. And so it's $700 to replace it. So how much does the town take care of up there?
Well, that's basically the Lions Club does cover the expenses on that. And, that's unfortunate that a service club that's money that much less money that they can spend somewhere else in our community, right? Because that's what service clubs do. And, and it's great that they're there and they provide that. And we thank the Lions Club for that. But it's just unfortunate that individuals have to do that. And, the community as a whole suffers. And of course, the Lions Club does as well.
Well, and coming out of 2 years of a pandemic and, unable to have meetings and recruit new members and stuff like that, they're like every other club that's, trying to.
Membership is always a struggle, right? Our service, I think it's, obvious that our service clubs we're not getting any younger, right? So and we have to find ways to get more young people involved. And I'm sure the Lions Club have a strategy, and I know I'm a Rotarian, and our Rotary Club is working hard for that as well. So and hopefully we'll create some excitement and buzz with our celebrity dinner, and maybe we'll get some people that are interested in joining both clubs as a result of and the end result is we're here to serve our community, right? So that's a perfect opportunity for people to do that.
Yeah, exactly. And the Lions and the Rotary have both provided so many things over the years to the town that
we're very grateful for them. And actually, we're having an appreciation barbecue tonight for all the volunteers that volunteer on boards and committees for the town. We're going to recognize our firefighters, our staff, and so due to COVID, we haven't been able to do that over the last, I don't know, at least two years that we've canceled this. So we're looking forward to once again getting together and recognizing our volunteers who are so important and vital in keeping our community running.
Okay, who does the cooking at this?
I'll be the chief cook and bottle washer. Well, not the bottle washer, chief cook. So
Yeah.
the counselors are. It is council appreciation, so we're supposed to be working there. But I mean, to be truthful, our staff does a lot of work as well, and we'll be there cooking the steaks, and we have a caterer that's going to provide the rest. But you'll actually see a few of us, the mayor and some councilors, cooking the steaks and serving behind the bar as well. So
Okay. All right.
looking forward to that tonight.
Yeah. How many are you expecting? Do you know? Or?
Oh geez, I was going to put me on the spot. I think around 120.
Oh, that's enough.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's good. And we also hand out our long service awards for our firefighters and for our staff as well. So we'll be doing that as well, and to recognize them in an official capacity.
Okay. All right. Do they get something nice or just
They get a pin. It's awesome. It's the nicest pin ever. Now, yeah, it's more
it's
for
something.
recognition.
It's something. It's not just a warm handshake and a thank you.
Yeah, it's much more than that.
Okay. Okay. Well, they get a steak dinner too.
And they get a steak dinner, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So actually, that goes nicely because the next question was about the volunteer appreciation. So.
Yeah, I thought I made that transition pretty smooth.
You did. You're learning.
I beat you to the punch.
There you go. The next thing that came up at council the other day was, or the other evening, was the Chamber of Commerce wants to change the Moonlight Madness. They've got a 'Tis the Season program.
Yeah. So how they explained it to us was it's going to be, instead of just sort of a one day and one evening event, they're going to do it over 2 or 3 weeks, and sort of build have different events. They're going to have the lighting of the park. They're still going to have a parade. There's going to be no fireworks this year, but they're trying to create more of a buzz over a longer period of time, and see how that works. So of course we're willing. We're going to support them in their effort, and anything that they've asked for, we've agreed to do to this point. So I can't exactly remember all what the asks were, but we were totally on board with them in this new initiative, and hopefully it is a success.
Mm-hmm. One of the things they asked for was to have fires, right? Warming spot where people could go hang around a fire and stuff like that.
That's right. I remember that. Yeah. So they wanted us to make sure we could clear the snow and make it accessible for people. So that'll be kind of a new neat thing to for families to take advantage of if they want to go on a little shopping outing with their family and have a fire down by on the riverfront. That should be kind of cool. Yeah.
And if you get some trees lit up down there, it'd be quite.
Yeah, we're going to do that too. Yeah, we committed to supplying some funds to do that. So, and I think Home Hardware has agreed to help out with that as well. So it should look. We're going to do the stage as well. So I think it should look pretty grand.
It should, yeah.
Yeah.
And that stage is nicely fixed up now, and.
Yep. So we've got to take advantage of using it. So.
Exactly. It was fantastic for the River Rots Festival. It was one of the comments from Finger 11 when they saw it that night, the first night when they came in before they played, and everything was being set up and the lights were on and they saw it with the river behind. They said it was the perfect spot to have a festival.
It is actually, we probably as residents take it for granted a little bit. But for someone who's coming into town for the first time and sees that, it's like it's quite striking, right? And they think, wow, people are pretty lucky to live here and have that every day. So we kind of need to remind ourselves of that.
Yeah, there's lots of things that are really great in this town that the
Absolutely
walking trails and everything. Yeah, so there's lots of things that are.
Yeah.
I get people who say, "Oh, there's nothing to do." There's lots to do. You just have to look for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. there's really no excuse if you're looking for something to do. There are lots of things to do, lots of different things to do
Yeah.
for people of of all interests.
Yeah, exactly. Whether it's the walking trails, or you want to take in pottery, or you want to learn how to cross country ski, or
Our theater, right?
theater, very
Yeah.
active. This is
So
a very, very artsy town if you really want to get
it
into it.
is, and we've got great facilities with the multiplex and the pool, and our high school, and yeah, it's the university. It's pretty special town, but
Yeah,
I'm maybe just a tiny bias with that.
tiny bit. Well, Heartwood Folk Music, they're coming
Yeah,
back. They're going to have their fall
yeah,
season. I've got 4 shows lined up.
yeah. And we
Yeah,
got the choirs will be, the community choirs will be going, like the Northern Spiritists, and I'm sure there'll be some dinner theaters coming up again. So all that's going to start rolling out. Now that we're, I hope, post COVID forever. We'll see how that goes.
we are and we aren't.
Yeah.
There's 800 and some people in hospital, and
yeah, you're true, and that's very, very true. But I think as long as our healthcare system can
handle.
Can handle that, I think we can move forward. That sort of was the thing that was an issue for us, and why restrictions, I guess, had to be put in place, was to protect that. But moving forward, we're going to have to learn to live with this. It's going to be with us for forever, right? So
Yeah,
you have to find a way to live with it.
Yeah, so keep hand washing.
Yeah.
Physically distance. I always hated that. It was never social distancing. It was physical distancing.
Yeah.
This was badly labeled at the beginning.
Yeah.
Nobody was stopping you from being social. They just wanted you to have a little
keep your space.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, just, and if you feel uncomfortable, I maybe naively feel more comfortable here in town. When I go to the city, I will wear a mask.
Yeah.
So
and everyone has that personal choice to do that, right? So
yeah, exactly.
And I think 99.9% of the people respect that.
Yeah. I've never had anybody question why I was doing it or whatever, but yeah. I do see lots of people in the cities wearing masks, far more so than here. But yeah, if there was,
I would agree with that. You're right.
Yeah.
You notice that right away when you go into the bigger stores.
Yeah, exactly, and that's good. That's fine. So, it's always been there, and exactly. This is something we're gonna have to live with. So please continue washing your hands, get your booster shots, whatever. Yeah. Because it's still, there are people in ICU. There are people that are getting sick with it. So
there's still people that are dying.
Yeah. So don't take it for granted that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, we're almost down. We got a couple likes. We didn't have any questions. Was there?
As long as we didn't get too many dislikes.
Yeah, there's no dislikes. There were no thumbs down. So there were no hearts, but we got a thumbs up.
We'll take what we can get.
Yeah, exactly. So is there anything coming up on the horizon that you want to talk about?
Well, I guess it's getting to that time of the year. Well, we are going to the Alberta Municipalities Conference in Calgary next week. So looking forward to that. That's an opportunity to network. It's an opportunity to meet with government officials, with the ministers, and for one thing, plead our case with the Boyle Hospital and our hospital as well. Just not that. One of our, I think, strategies that we want to do is to see if we can get our hospital to become a day surgical hospital where we can do surgeries here. So we're going to start working towards a strategy for that.
Okay.
And that begins
like you can come here and get your gallbladder or whatever, right?
Or maybe it's a knee replacement, right? Where they just do that, or they do hernias, or something similar to that. Obviously, we can't be where we have babies being born here, because I think the rule is in order to keep your your sharpness as a physician, you have to have about 130. You're required to have about 130 births a year, and that isn't practical in our area. But people will drive an hour and 20 minutes to have day surgery if it means they can have it in 2 weeks instead of waiting 6 months or a year in the larger centers, right? So I think the government is slowly seeing that strategy that's what they need to do. The facilities are there. I mean, we have a surgical facility here. We used to do surgeries. It could be activated again. I mean, obviously it would have to be staffed, but that's I think that's a strategy that we're going to lobby for.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And yeah, I mean, with the staffing, that is good because that comes with housing and more.
All of it. Yeah, that's right. It's all connected.
But speaking of housing, you had sent out a message a while ago looking for places for these doctors.
Oh, thank you for that. Yes. So come January, we need another house for the family that's coming. It's a young family with 2 children. Okay. So we need and probably to begin with, we need about up to a 6-month rental before they decide that they want where they for sure want to live. They want to get accustomed to the community and fit in before they actually want to buy. So in most cases, they want to rent for a while, and it's difficult to find rental housing. So if anyone out there knows of something or that's available, please contact the town office or myself or Jerry Kislick. That would be great. He's the co-chair of the recruitment committee. Okay. And we maybe we can solve our problem now that's going to come in January, because we did have difficulty finding a spot for Dr. Stresta that just moved here in August. We did manage to find one, but we're still looking for an improvement for him as well and his family.
Oh, okay. All right. And same thing, they just kind of want to wait a few months and decide.
Yeah. They would, so anywhere's for a 6-month rental somewhere in there, and the Cornwall area is kind of preferred because they have young families that would go to the school and the hospital's there for the emergency I guess shift that the doctor has to do. So right. So they've sort of asked that as their number one preference if there's something there. But I mean, obviously, if that's not available, then we have to look somewhere else. So if anyone knows of accommodations anywhere, please contact us.
Or
we really appreciate it.
Right. Or if you're a landlord and it ends up that somebody puts their notice in and yeah,
that's right. Keep us in mind.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we're almost at the end of our time here.
Well, that went fast, hey?
Yeah, that does. It does go fast, doesn't it? How much more golfing season is left?
Not much. So probably till the 1st of October, and then it's kind of, I think they have sort of an Ironman's sort of end of the year golf tournament where they're out there and they're almost in their winter parkas and they're golfing. So, and then usually the beginning of October spells the end of golf season.
Nothing like restricting your swing wearing a parka.
That's right. And mitts. It's a little tricky. Yeah.
You had mentioned though combining. Are you doing that?
Yeah. So I'm that's one of the things I do as well on the side. I help a friend of ours, a family friend of ours, and help them with the harvest. And harvest is going great. Should be a good year for the farmers. Mm-hmm. The crops are yielding quite well. So good. The prices are good. So this should be a good year for our agriculture sector.
Good. Well, even gardens on Facebook, people are posting pictures of their garden haul and it all looks beautiful. you
Yeah.
know, and just driving around town, you know, people that did have the planters, even, you know, the town puts up plants
Mhm.
and stuff. They're gorgeous. They've just
Yeah.
really,
Yeah, once again, I got to give, thanks to Lois and her crew for the unbelievable job that she does, and they do, and making our town look so awesome. Like,
mhm,
people, we get, I don't know, I think probably we get more comments about that in the summer from people traveling through than anything else,
mhm,
is how beautiful the flowers are, and how it just brightens up the town. And so we're extremely happy to that she does that for us.
mhm. All right. Okay. Well, I guess we will end here and we will talk to you in a
Okay.
moment.
All
All
right.
right.
All right. See you
Hey,
later.
bye.
Yeah. Bye.